Women's Bowerman watch list. I'll get started off here since you started us off with the men's side, Noah. First person that I'm going to be going with, LSU Tiger, Brianna Liston. She's the fastest 100-meter runner that is returning this year. She had herself a hell of a year last year in both the 1, the 2, and I believe the 4x1. And so just somebody that she's been very consistent. And I think with Mackenzie Long no longer being in the collegiate picture, it opens up a really good spot for this to be her year and this to be her time. Because also, I don't think Sears she graduated too, right? Out of Tennessee.
Not
Jace's.
positive. I'm not positive about that. I don't want to speak on it.
Yeah. Yeah, she was listed. She was listed as a senior last year, but we know how this eligibility go. So maybe she would. She could be coming back. I'll have to take a look on Tennessee's track website. But so I think it opens up a good spot for her to open up and be that person. So what
Yeah.
do you got? Who else you got on? Who do you have on your women's Bowerman?
Uh, I did have Brianna Liston mentioned here, but if we're gonna go with short sprinters, the other short sprinter that I think has a great chance is Jamisa Ford out of South Carolina. She had an incredible freshman year. She took second in the 200 at NCAAs. Not quite as fast as Brianna right now over 100. I think her PB's 11:03 to Brianna's 10:08. But yeah, the girl is immensely talented. She goes up to the 4. She can run the 4, she can run the 2, she can run the 1, 4x4, 4x1. And she was just a freshman. So I watched a few of her meets last year. And when you can kind of get the feeling that they're not quite mentally ready, like they're a bit scared to kind of push themselves to that next level. That's kind of the vibe that I got from her last year. So another year down there with Coach Tim Hall, I think he'll help her get out of that and push her to the next level. She ran 50.8. Like that's special as a freshman. But yeah, Jamisa Ford is an athlete that I got on my Bowerman list.
Did she come in? Was she the one that came in fourth at USA's in the 400? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
That might have been
No,
are you thinking of the Georgia
Georgia.
girl?
It might have been the Georgia girl from. Okay, I knew there was some college athlete that was like that almost made like Team US that had a big year last year. I couldn't remember what it is. No, but that's a good pick. That's a good pick. And I looked up. Sears is not returning this year, so she's not
Okay.
on the roster for Tennessee. So it does open up that spot there for you. Up next, I'm gonna we'll go distance up next. Doris Lemgol out of Alabama. She just had a crazy start of this year as well as last year. So she broke the 5K collegiate record just a week ago at Boston. She was your cross country national champion, steeplechase national champion last year. And she dropped a minute in her 5K from outdoor to indoor. Like her 5K this year indoors is a minute faster than her 5K last year outdoors. I think she's a sophomore this year. That Alabama women's distance team is going to be pretty incredible. They also have Hilda Olgumomi, who's on my list. Oh, you got what you got? What you got on this? No.
So I have Hilda on my
Yeah.
list, but she transferred to Florida.
Wait, she just transferred to Florida? I swore she was just on.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
she
I missed that.
was, but I had to do some due diligence myself, and I saw she transferred. So she ran her cross country season for Florida. She got South Region athlete or runner of the meet or something like that for the South
Gotcha,
Region
gotcha.
in cross country. But I put her on my list because she was second behind Parker Valby in both the 5K and the 10K last year. So, but she
Mm,
was at Alabama. Yes, you are correct.
yes, she was. Well, so then outside of her, they still have a really good distance program right now at Alabama.
Yeah.
So I think they can go well. So I got her. I have her probably as my favorite right now for the Bowerman. So who else you got on
Hilda or
your Doris? I got Doris as my
Doris?
favorite. I think like that 5K and 10K, like now that Parker's not there, I think there's going to be a couple women that are going to be competing for that spot. Hilda and Doris being two of them. And so I don't think that one woman's going to win both of those races. And then on top of her record that she just broke right now, and I think like we'll see if she does the steeplechase as well. I think she'll be in a real good position to potentially be the winner there. So, but who else you got on your list?
Um, now I would probably say Hilda was my favorite, but if I had a number two, it would be Michaela Rose at LSU. Um, she's had immense success and she's had some woes as well throughout her collegiate career. I think she's a senior now. 800-meter runner, PB at 158.37, which is great. Yeah, I see an undefeated indoor and outdoor season, complete seasons for her. Over 800 meters. I know she has a lot of talent over 400 meters, and she will be on the 4x4. So that's another potential scoring opportunity for her at nationals. So I think she'll be in contention.
Yeah, no, she's a dog. She's been super consistent through the years. It's being able to put together that big at the big moments, the big meets. So no, I think that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Um, I'm going with another sprinter on here, Jada Mays out of Oregon. She is returning. She's coming back. She was third in the 200 meters, fourth in the 100 meters, eighth in the 4x1, ran a windy 1095, win legal 1101. She's got that confidence, that swagger, the ability to go through and do it all as well. I think she could potentially have that Mackenzie Long-esque season where I could see her putting together a really good series. And one thing that's super helpful is the fact that national championship is going to be competed at your track. Like that is big. Like if I were Oregon, like that's a major recruiting tool of like, hey, at the biggest meet of your entire season, you're going to be sleeping in your own dorm, your own bed. Like your sleep schedule is the same because they going to be at Oregon every damn year pretty much. So, yeah, I got her as my next person on the list.
Yeah. Shout out to Jaden Mays. If you guys are a fan of the show, you know I was a strong supporter of Jaden Mays last season. I think I picked her to medal in both the 100 and the 200 last year. Yeah, I didn't know she got her eligibility. I knew I see content, like social media content and stuff like that, but I wasn't sure if she was coming back or what that situation was like. So, yeah, I mean, if her name is in the pot, man, she's definitely a contender for it for sure.
Yeah, I didn't think she had eligibility, but then I saw, yeah, Oregon posted her as like hey, this is the schedule. And I was like, wait a minute. Does she have, like, why would you post her as like the athlete on your schedule if she's not on the team? And then I had to like
Yeah.
go look at the roster and I was like, oh my God, she's on the roster. So, yeah, Jaden Mays, man. So who you got next?
Um, the last person that I have on my list is Kaylin Brown, 400-meter runner. Um, she ran her ass off at the Olympics. She ran 49.4 last season as well. I think she might have been runner up at the NCAA championships, unless that was the meet that Arkansas just absolutely swept.
Yeah, yeah, that
But
was so she would have been, I think, fifth because that's I think
fifth,
Arkansas was like
yeah,
first
one through
through
four.
four or whatever it was. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
so but she still had an incredible season last year, and obviously with Nikisha Price leaving, Amber Anning leaving, I'm not sure if Rosie Effiong is coming back, but those Arkansas girls seem to be a little bit out of the way, cooling down just a little bit. Where Kaylin with blanking on the coach there, Coach Carroll at Georgia.
Carroll's at Georgia, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You said
yeah,
Georgia.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Coach Carroll. So with that, I think she has a great opportunity. I think she has a great opportunity.
Okay. So Rosie Effiong is returning.
Okay.
I just look at her roster. So she's a red shirt. She got a red shirt season. It looks like just outdoors though. She's not. It doesn't look like she has an indoor season. So she'll probably be there. Yeah, Kaylin Brown. Yeah, she's got her sophomore year of eligibility. Yeah, and then that's it there. So cool. Next person that I got on this list, I gotta throw some respect. I gotta throw some respect her way. The NCAA record in the shot put, Jada Ross. So teammate of Jaden Mays. So she put together a really good season while Still would have had Mackenzie Long probably in that final. She still put together a hell of a season. And I think between her and Lesnar, I think those two are going to be the ones that are going to be shooting for that NCAA record. Yeah, Brock Lesnar's daughter, if you haven't seen her, she's a shot put wizard. She's crazy talented, as you could probably imagine if your dad is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. So excited for those two. I think they make the shot put exciting for me this year. Like I'll definitely actually be watching for those two. So I got them. I do have two more field events that I wanted
Damn.
to go over. Gotta give some more love to the field events. First, Hannah Mole, pole vaulter. I think she's going to put together a great year. She was a freshman last year. It was really between her and Chloe Thimberg, who's from Rutgers. I think both of them will put together big years, but I got Hannah as probably one of my other finalists for it. I think she's got some crazy talent. She'll be breaking NCAA records and just like stone cold killer as a vaulter, like just doesn't get phased. A lot of big makes over like on third attempts, and was an Olympian as a freshman, like something, or no, I think she made the world, was Olympics, yeah, Olympics world championship. Then last one, going to Arkansas, but going to high jump, Rachel Glenn. I mean, she has had some pretty big years, and has been, I think, like of all the jumpers, I think she could put together she's got she's won nationals when she was at South Carolina. She could break, these records that are out, that were set last year. The woman from Texas A&M, I'm drawing a blank on her name right now. But yeah, I think Rachel Glenn could put together a pretty good campaign as well.
Shout out to Rachel Glenn, bro. I forgot Rachel Glenn, and she can four hurdle as well. So um shout out to Rachel Glenn. Yeah, I think she's also a contender. That's a great list. Hey, but I need to correct myself. I was confusing Kaylin Brown and Aaliyah Butler. So
Oh, okay.
Kaylin Brown, yeah, I think she's an Arkansas athlete. Like
Yeah,
I don't think she's the Georgia was Aaliyah Butler, I
that's
believe.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay,
was
my
wondering, I was
fault.
a
I
little bit
apologize
confused,
for
but
that
yeah.
blunder, but I just got it mixed up. But she did have a hell of a season last year and a great performance at the Olympics as well. So
There you go.